Here we are in part 6 of the library scene, and maybe you'll notice it's a little bit lighter behind me. I'm doing this a little bit earlier than usual. It's about 8:30 at night here in Atlantic, Canada, and I'm up because my daughter was crying, and I'll be on for the graveyard shift as well. So hopefully we'll get some more done on this. And hopefully there's not too much more to do in terms of the modeling. There are a couple of pieces that I really still want to do, and some fixes and some small changes to do. And I'm very concerned about the texturing. I don't know how I'm going to handle some of that. That's not my strong point. I'm also curious to know if you guys like these longer series. I think in some ways some people like a 15-minute or half an hour video on making one thing, a toaster, a coffee maker, a globe, or whatever. But this is a long series. I mean, do you prefer these things, or do you like the quick things? Anyhow, here's what we got so far, and I think the first thing I want to do is look through the camera. I want to make that B the sort of the central point. So I'm just going to hit S, Shift Y, and I'm just going to scale it, make it a bit bigger. And I think I'm going to move the fishy over here so it looks like it's swimming away there. Alrighty, so we want to make another thing or two. Well, obviously the books we have to make, but beforehand I want to put something either here or I want to move the model over there. Alright, so I'm going to come to another layer, and I'm going to look from the front, and the cursor is right there, and what we're going to make are these old-fashioned balances or scales, for like while you're measuring chemicals or whatever. Alright, so that's what I'm going to work on, so I'm going to try that. Alright, so what are we going to do here? Let's come out to maybe there. Scale this in the Z, and we're just going to see how this thingy goes. Yeah, so maybe I'm going to mirror this. No, I don't think I am. I'm going to scale this in the Z like that. And grab both sides. I'm going to scale those in the Z down like that. I'm going to hit, I think, just one edge loop there and one edge loop there. Grab them both. Now, if I just go SX, how bad is that going to deform it? I don't mind that. Come to there and I'll scale that in the Z and fix that up. Switch over to edge selection. I think I'm going to bevel that like that. And then I'm going to throw in an edge loop here like that. See what I'm getting at in a bit. Throw another one down. We're going to need those for loop cuts anyhow. Let's take these faces. Let's delete those. And give this thing some thickness. We're going to need more loop cuts, but let's go ahead and subdivision the surface anyhow. It's going to be alright like that, yeah. I might be mirroring this anyhow. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Well, we'll just see if we can do both sides. It's going to be so far in the distance anyhow. Got one there, right? I just need one here. Maybe up here. Did I do one on the other side like that? Okay, that's like the central piece. that. And I'm going to bring in a cylinder. We'll make it really low, like 12 and nothing. Scale Shift Z. And then we'll just do some stuff here. Comes up and it has one of these, like a dial thing here. Then it comes in a little bit smaller, and it goes a bit wider, at least in the one I was looking at. And then it's a thin one, this. So I get a lot of tries when depending on how I close this. I'll try grid fill. So that kind of a thing, and bring it down. And I'll have to see what I want to do down here. I know it's going to come out. I just want to. I don't know how far down I want it. It's going to come like that, and then it's going to come out a ways more. And I don't need to close that off. I'm going to leave that piece as is. Actually, no, there is another piece here that's going to... how to do this? Well, you know what? I'm going to start beveling this, because I'm going to need that. Just do one. Won't bevel down there yet. I'm thinking that from the front, I'm thinking I'm going to want to take these and just extrude them out like this. But I don't know how far yet, so I'm going to leave that. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Okay, front view. Okay, now I can actually take this here, Shift-D, bring it out, and up a little ways, and scale it, and I'll break it out. So I got a separate object there, and I bring it up like this. I'm gonna close this. Yes, E, and there's my tries. Okay, let's flip the polys. And let's use solidify on this guy. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And I'll look from the front. And I'm going to scale. Now, I'm going to do subdivision. How much do I need? It's probably going to be just fine from where we're going to be seeing this. Don't even need that. Now I'm going to have one there. I'll have one on the other side. Okay, and so what happens now, let's go back to this. Select that, Shift S, cursor to selected. I'm going to bring in a plane. Scale it in the Y. So it's pretty thin. That's fine. I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to take these two vertices, bring them back. And then I'm going to come E and G, come up and out like that. I'll get rid of these. Oh, did I get both of them? Just got this. E and Alt S, and I'm going to push up. And I'm going to get this. Yep. I think I need to do a bit of work on this though. So in wireframe, I'm going to I'll box select these and then these, and I'll go SZ0, and that's okay. Maybe I'll just SZ0. It doesn't really matter how. No one's going to measure the thickness, but I think I need to take all of these, bring them out a little ways. Yeah, okay. Let's wireframe box select this. No, not that. Let's go to edit mode on that guy, and let's bring him back in front of the 3D cursor there. And throw on mirror and put on clipping, and then we'll just push them together. Okay, so let's, yeah, whatever. We'll just straighten it out there. Okay, and let's apply that. And let's apply another subdivision again on there too. It'd be nice if I could get away with just one. Okay. And before I do that, there's nothing in there, is there? Why are you not going all the way through? Let me focus on this thing alone. Shift H. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do first of all. I'm going to take this. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, let's go in here and let's take all of these vertices, dissolve them. Yeah, alright, fine. What did we do? What did we do here? Son of a gun here. Let's do it this way. Shift D, rotate Z 180. Well, I'm not sure what happened there. Let's bridge these edge loops. And let's get rid of these edges. Yeah, I don't know. When that happens though. Yeah. Where am I? That's probably good enough. I guess I have an extra one in there. Along the top. Okay, let's maybe I don't really need them on the sides. I really don't. Let's bring it back. All right. At any rate, there's that. And then I'll just go centrally, I guess. Another plane. Rotate X90. And here's what I'm going to do. A point there. Right. Think about how I want this to be. It's going to come down, it's going to do that. All right, let's just bring it out, E and G. Actually, where does it do its curve? Does its curve do it like that. I'll come down through. Shift D, rotate Z 180. I'll just make it work like this, basically. Right. I'll take these two and F to make a face, and I've got it there. I'll center it up like that. All right, and if I want to, I can just do this and this. And I'll take those 2 points and I'll go Shift Control B, and I'll give it a little bit of curvature like that. And that one's probably fine. Cool. Just like that. It's a bit wider than I kind of wanted it to be. Let's take that and this and bring it down. And grab this again. I'm just going to drag it up and get a bit more of this kind of look. All right, let's convert this to a curve, full, and bring up the bevel a little bit and the resolution. We're going to have that, and we're going to bring in a cylinder. Again, it's 12 and nothing. Scale it down, and it's going to come right where that joins, and I'll push it all the way through so it look a bit more like a bolt. But scale Shift Z, do it like that. I probably could make it bigger, actually. Scale Shift Z, the more I look at it. And maybe we will scale it in Z as well, as we're so far away. And we're just going to bring these in, E and S, just do it, goes like that. And this one, E and S, whatever, just grid fill, just the lowest amount possible. Bevel these edges and try to just smooth this. Probably could use grid fill on the top as well. See if I can just smooth it, and from a distance it's going to be just fine. Maybe they are a bit big. All right. Scale Shift Z. Deal with that in a bit. What I'm now thinking of doing is the following. Plane. So I'll point down there, right? Okay. Just like that. Pull it back, and then come up, like that. All this can be adjusted. No, that's not what I want. Just straight down. Okay, so I'm making like a primitive hook, but I'm going to swing it around the other way. Rotate Z 180. Okay, it's going to be like that. Now I'm going to convert. No, I'm going to curve those right there, like that. Okay, like a safety pin almost, or a paper clip. And we will, what we'll do, we'll convert that to a curve, switch that to full, increase the bevel. It's going to be like that. Okay. I can still come in and make adjustments. but it's going to be viewed from so far away. Yeah, and that groove is a little bit big, but I'm not going to worry. Okay, let's get rid of that. Well, that's basically how I'm going to do that part. Let's copy that over there. Okay, so it gives the semblance of a balance, and anyhow. And then sticking out of this, shift S, cursor selected, another cylinder. You could have grabbed a piece there. Projecting quite a far ways down. Thinner there. You don't want it to be too thin down here. All right, that's good enough. And let's see, Shift S, cursor to selected. Yeah, if I leave it like that, I could just go with that. So I'm just going to go E and S. All right, we'll do it this way. That'd be the needle. And then out on the side here, I'll do something. That wasn't exactly the way I wanted to do it, but that's okay. I can do it. I'll do it like this. I'll do that again. I should be able to get away with less. Let's see if you can get away just with smoothing. You know what? I can try auto smooth, and that should be just fine from a distance. Let's select this, mirror this guy over with respect to that. Okay, take this and this, apply that subdivision surface, and clean her up. Second here, come on, up there, good. Let's do this, and this and this, let's not forget smoothing. I was going to bevel that, wasn't I? Sometimes I didn't. Is that enough? Might be. It's going to be awfully small. No, that's basically what it is. I'm missing. Yeah, these clips too long. So we'll fix that up. No problem at all. Oh, hang on. Time out. Better bring it up pretty high. On the other hand, I might want to do this. I think I do actually. I think I'm going to do it that way. So I'll get rid of that, and I'll get rid of that. I'll take both of these. Yeah, I could live with that more. So let's take all of that and go Control G to make it a group, and move it to the first layer. Whoa, monster scale. Scale the scale. Scale the scale. It's going to be somewhere in there, I think. Let's actually go in and apply that dummy material. Did I get out nothing? I bet you I can apply it to the whole group, and I just don't know that. I'll find out though. So it is a little blocked off. I was thinking, first of all, is it too big? I still think it is too big. So you see what I mean? It's going to be small. Shift G, select the group. Although there could be a small microscope, couldn't it? But no, I was thinking that I would push it over here and swap with that molecule. By the way, I should come over here and under grouped here, name this scale, okay? And over here, I want to add this. Let's see, Shift G, is it a whole group? Yeah, and this one, molecule. That kind of thing. Let's move this to there for the time being, and Shift G, group, move that over there, let's say. And this one over here. I just didn't want it to conflict too much with the globe, and it's not really very visible. And that's too far on the end. So let's just, you know, mess around with that stuff. Let's push it over a bit. You know, so it looks more reasonable. I suppose I could move that molecule over. I just don't want them too much on the ends. What if I want it on that end? No, then that leaves an empty space, so I will just move the molecule a bit. Let's try a Shift Z. You know, so you'd have the scale there, the molecule, the telescope, the bugs, the fish. It's time to get busy on those books. I've been thinking a lot about this, and there's such an important part, but there's so many of them. And I don't want to do too much detail. And I'm not very good at texturing. You probably know this already. I enjoy the modeling. I don't really enjoy the texturing that much. And part of the reason is I don't really like using other people's resources. Like, free textures. I don't really want to go, wow, look at my creation that I made. Doesn't it look awesome? All shiny wood. But it's not my wood. It's somebody else's wood. I know that might sound silly, but I want to be original. I mean, I've done a lot of cover songs on my channel, but I've done a lot of original songs, and I prefer those. I don't mind singing cover songs, of course. I love those songs from the 70s and 80s, but there's still something about not using my own material that makes me feel like I'm cheating. And that also extends a little bit to using certain add-ons. Like, I know I have some, but I don't want to use too much that make things really easy, which is contradictory to if you worked probably in the industry and time was of the essence. I want to do it myself, even if I don't do that great of a job, a lesser job. I just get a sense of pride from that. So it's ego or whatever it is. So anyways, my point is, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do for the texturing, but I'm going to obviously use some textures and some, materials, and we're going to try. I don't mind this clay render kind of look as well. I mean, I had a lot of fun modeling this for you. All right, anyways, that's how she looks so far. Let's try and make a book here.